Thursday afternoon to you. This is the severe weather update across the Carolinas. This weekend, the culprit over here on the West Coast, the trough across the Pacific coast, and how strong this thing is indicative of the clouds across Texas. These are cirrus clouds. This indicates already we got some lift out ahead of this trough. This is going to swing across the Four Corners region and eject into the central and southern plains tomorrow, March 15th, and spark off some pretty nasty severe weather across parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley on Friday. The evolution then takes this storm to the southeast on Saturday, where there's another moderate risk of severe weather. And then the point of this video is the day 4 outlook, Sunday, in which case Charlotte, North Carolina, as well as points south and east, or south and north of Charlotte, Jacksonville, Florida, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania are in this 15% risk for severe weather on Sunday. And this is very highly dependent upon what happens Friday and Saturday. So the evolution of the storm system as it marches eastward is going to be highly dependent upon the weather across the Carolinas on Sunday. And if we wanted to get into that a little bit, we'll first look at the GFS and kind of take a look at how this system, at least on the surface, will evolve. So here we have our storm system out west, and then this precipitation in the mid-south sparked off some severe thunderstorm warnings actually earlier today, but our focus will be this system here across the western United States. This really gets going tomorrow, where a very, very strong lee trough or lee low will start to develop on the frontier. And this is going to be very, 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 very strong. I mean, this is 975 millibar low pressure center located somewhere in Nebraska. I mean, that's hurricane. That's a hurricane right there. But it's a mid-latitude cyclone, so easy does it. Anyways, you got these precipitation that breaks out Friday afternoon into the evening hours across Missouri and the deep south. The Storm Prediction Center is watching the northern extent of this precipitation field for the moderate risk of seeing severe weather. Includes all hazards, damaging winds, hail, and even some tornadoes. While that focus then shifts to the south across the deep south and mid-south on Saturday, and it's almost a reset button as another piece of energy rotates around a pretty large trough into the Four Corners region, even northern Mexico into the southern plains and the southern Mississippi River Valley, sparks off some severe thunderstorms. The event Saturday looks to be more of a tornado outbreak than Friday. Friday looks more like a damaging wind, a strong line of thunderstorms moving from eastern Kansas into Missouri and Iowa into Illinois, while on Saturday there's the potential for more discrete storms to develop out ahead of the system due to some very subtle synoptic scale forcing. But the evolution of this system from Saturday into Sunday is what's going to be important because as the GFS, the latest GFS has, by 11 a.m. Sunday, a line of showers and thunderstorms, some potentially strong, should be making its way across western North Carolina. First in the mountains at 5 a.m., and then by 11 a.m., getting into the Charlotte metro region, maybe just along that I-77 corridor in the Carolinas. And then as this storm system marches eastward, expectation is that the storms will re-intensify with daytime heating. But as it stands now, like before, the western part of the Carolinas, the mountains, and the upstate of South Carolina looks to be more of a wind threat, as a very strong line of thunderstorms with that prefrontal trough being forced. Those thunderstorms are being forced. So more of a wind threat, because the winds right above the ground are going to be very, very strong, upwards of 60 to 70 miles an hour, some 4,500 to 5,000 feet above the ground. That would, any convection, any deeper convection that's being forced along that prefrontal boundary will bring those winds down, and the sheer speed of the storm system will also, I mean, that alone will give us some pretty hefty winds, but it's being reinforced with these the wind profile, which we will take a look at from the GFS perspective. If we take a model profile towards the Charlotte region for about 8 a.m. Sunday morning, you'll get a very good sense of what this looks like. Note one, that the thermodynamics is lacking. There's not enough energy that's convectively available potential energy for any free convection. However, because of the sheer strength of the forced convection, the storm system itself, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're going to have some storms, and you take a look at the winds right above the surface. This is at 50 knots, is roughly 55 miles an hour, and look at the curvature. So again, just like last time when we had a line of storms approaching from the west on a Sunday morning, we had very strong kinematics. We had very strong winds, very good shear. I mean, we have 386 meters squared per second squared of storm relative helicity. I mean, that is, for 1 kilometer storm relative helicity, that is more than enough for tornado generation. Deep layer shear at 65 knots, that is more than enough for supercell formation. However, what's not enough is the mean mixed layer CAPE at 92 joules per kilogram. That is not enough for storm formation. But again, because of the dynamics of this storm system, it's not going to matter, because that boundary, that front, is going to force thunderstorms to occur. And when you have forced convection, it's going to be in a line. And because of our kinematics, we will have embedded supercells, some embedded rotation within the line of storms, going into the Hickory metro area and the Charlotte metro area early Sunday morning, and then moving off to the east, perhaps a tornado threat would increase, but right now it's far too advanced to dictate what threats specifically would be in what specific areas. Right now, the only thing we know is that there's a potential for severe weather across the Carolinas Sunday morning and into the afternoon hours, more so in the afternoon hours across the eastern part of the state as the storm system makes its way eastward, and more instability might be introduced the further to the east. But the question would be moisture. In order to have thunderstorms, you need moisture. Here we have a 62 dew point. That seems some good quality moisture on this particular model profile. But that's one thing we're going to have to watch, is how this system evolves Friday into Saturday and into Sunday across the Carolinas. So, of course, I will post another video tomorrow. We'll get more information about how this storm system will evolve. But right now, it looks like an all hazards tornadoes, hail, and damaging wind threat across the Carolinas Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. Of course, I will keep you updated. I will post another video tomorrow indicating the new updates from the models that we'll have tonight and into tomorrow morning. In the meantime, y'all stay safe and have a good one.